Okay, so we have can you see this my screen?
Yes.
Hello guys, can you see my screen?
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I can.
yes, sir.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So this is what we call as the MVC framework. Previously, maybe you have experience using PHP. Sometimes we call it the vanilla PHP, or sometimes we call it simply naked PHP, meaning that the previous way of doing web programming in PHP is using the procedural way of doing of programming. Procedural means you have a flow, a step by step. For instance, let's say maybe previously you have done the search facilities in web programming or in PHP. Okay, so basically the first part is your interface, which is the search form. Okay, and then you have the search form. Okay, for the user to enter the search key, and then possibly you have a search button. Okay, after the user entered the things or the key that the user would like to search, and press the submit button. And what the process will do is, the next step is to search from the database. Okay, after the system search from the database, and the process retrieves some result. Okay, for instance, you would like to search for Ali. Okay, this Ali keyword will be sent to the database. Database will find whatever record that match Ali, and then the database send the result to the PHP back, and then that particular PHP will generate sort of report, okay, or list of students or list of users named Ali. Maybe you can find there Muhammad Ali, Ali Jinnah, Abu Bakar Ali. That will produce the result, and the result will be sent to the same page. For instance, you have search.php. So everything is inside that particular page. Okay, you have the form, you have the SQL, you have the search process, you have the display result algorithm, and inside the same page, you have the result on the table displayed to your user. So that is what we call as procedural. So everything in one page, and everything will be done accordingly inside the same PHP code, PHP file. So that's almost likely as what procedural meaning that everything will be done step by step accordingly. So you go to search form, and then you submit that query to the database, okay, inside the same file. So everything is inside the same file. So sometimes we call that as procedural. Okay, procedural. So the best way of doing procedural is this is an easy approach. Okay, why is this approach being easy? Because you can see everything in one file, one place. Okay, you can see everything, your flow in one place. That's what we call procedural. Okay, so that is the previous programming paradigm that you do in the vanilla PHP. Okay, so the problem, okay, that's the best part. Okay, you can see everything, you can see the flow, each and every flow inside the same file. So you don't have to go there or go to somewhere else to track your flow. Meaning that everything in one place. So your life will be much more easier lah. Why? Because if you need to track what is happening in your search facilities, then you just want to go to one file and everything is there. Okay, that is what we call procedural programming paradigm. Okay, that is easy for beginner. Surely that is easy for beginner. Okay, the best part is procedural is what we call as one of the basic of programming paradigm, which is easier to adopt lah. Dia mudah sikit lah. Compared dengan what we call as OOP ataupun MVC. Okay, sebab what in OOP or in currently we are trying to explore MVC. In MVC, everything is done separately. Okay, you can see M is for model. Model here is model. MV, V is view. C is controller. Okay, and then we have the routing part lah. So what means by model? Model is a class. Normally this is the class. MVC normally they optimize or they leverage on the OOP side. Okay, on the OOP side, because model is what we call as a class, another class, which is the model class. And we have the controller class, and we also have the view class. So model is basically the role of model is basically to communicate to the database. Why you provide this model rather than the controller straight away communicate to the database? Because what they are trying to achieve in most of the MVC is the ability of that system to connect to whatever database brand. Okay, so previously you did PHP connected to MySQL, right? If let's say someday MySQL charge you for license, but yeah, sure, currently MySQL is free, but let's say someday MySQL charge you for a license fee. Okay, maybe around 50K per year. Then you might want to opt out, nak keluar daripada MySQL database, and you try to save that 50K of money to somewhere else. Then maybe you would like to resort for another free open source database such as Postgre or MariaDB or something like that. Then you don't have the luxury of budget to revamp all your system to accommodate that new database model or brand. Okay, new database brand. So might as well you want your model or you want your system to independently, okay, can connect to whatever database model. So Laravel, one of the best thing in Laravel, they provide that. Not to say without any changes. Obviously, there's some changes to be able to adopt to new database, but the changes would be minimal. Okay, would be minimal because they claim that it's ready. Okay, it's ready to accommodate whatever database brand. So what is controller? But controller is basically where you have the business rules or the what you call the checking or the filtering. So let's say that what you have one insert new record facilities. That insert new record facilities is only meant for the admin user, not the public user, for instance. Okay, so that kind of checking can be done inside the controller. Okay, inside this controller. Okay, so maybe when the user or the public user go to your controller function, it will check whether that particular user or particular connection has logged in or not. Then from that information, the controller can actually redirect you to whatever page that is suitable for that user status. Okay, maybe if the user is public user or the guest user, the controller can redirect to to a page that is meant for public. So let's say the controller detected the connection or the user is already logged in, then this controller might want to redirect you to another page, which maybe dashboard or admin panel or something like that. So that can be done inside the controller. Okay, that is the controller part. And then the view part is totally HTML. Okay, or totally HTML with a minor PHP code or minor operational code. So this is where the view is. This is where the view is. Okay, this is the interface. Interface might be a form, okay, borang, or result, okay, or admin panel or public interface. So that can be anything on the interface side or on the HTML view. Okay, on the HTML view. So this is what you need to understand more on the MVC. We call it MVC design pattern. Again, this is not what we call as a new programming language. It's based on PHP. No. It's based on, there's a lot of framework, MVC framework available outside. For Java, we have Spring framework. For Microsoft, we have the MVC, what we call the .NET framework. Okay. For PHP, normally we have Kick PHP. That is the first, that is the first framework for PHP, which name is Kick PHP, and the second is Code Igniter, CI. We call it CI, Code Igniter, and no, since Laravel 6. Okay. But the idea is to of this class is to explore a bit current approach of doing web development, because I suppose you have learned about PHP, you know something on the dynamic web application development using PHP and MySQL. So this class is meant to advance, okay, meant to advance your thinking or your treatment of doing web development, web application development. So this is the most important what we call as paradigm we will be exploring. Okay, we will be exploring. This is general way of MVC framework. Okay, this is a general way of MVC framework. It's not only meant for Laravel. General means most likely, okay, most of the framework or MVC framework will implement such a way of doing the development. So this is this MVC framework is highly related to OOP, object-oriented programming technique. So you need also to know a little bit of OOP on the PHP side. By right, the previous PHP does not meant to be OOP oriented, or it's not meant for object-oriented programming approach. But the modern PHP, let's say PHP 7 and currently PHP 8, they have jumped into this OOP approach slightly better lah. Okay, so this is what we call as the MVC design pattern. MVC design pattern. I will update you on this slide later. Okay, because currently I'm updating our slide. Yes, previously I have prepared these materials for Laravel 7. Okay, previously I did this for Laravel 7. I have completed the 20 videos for Laravel 7. But unfortunately, they just released on May last year, Laravel 8. Did my Laravel online classes or video tutorial to Laravel 8. Okay, so because you want it or not, unfortunately, you need to resort for the latest, okay, the latest framework. Because when the user asks or somebody would like to learn MVC framework using Laravel, then most likely they will resort for the latest version of Laravel. But still, there's a few people or developer using Laravel 5, for instance, for development, because necessarily the latest is the greatest in IT. Okay, because maybe when they started off their project system development, back then they only have Laravel 5, and then suddenly came out Laravel 8. Okay, not necessarily all the function or all the method or all the library in Laravel 5 compatible to Laravel 8. Okay, yeah, surely they have a lot of improvement in Laravel 8, but somehow or other, your code in Laravel 5 will not work on Laravel 8. So that's the problem in IT when you have a major release each year. And unfortunately, also the next September, they will release Laravel 9. Unfortunately lah. Okay, never mind about that. So currently, we will be focusing on Laravel 8. Okay, I don't have the intention to explore code igniter or Spring in Java. Rather than, I would like to concentrate only one framework. So inside the proforma, I also mentioned we will be exploring CSS framework such as the Bootstrap, okay, Bootstrap, and also the JavaScript framework. Okay, so sad news also, Bootstrap does not implement they don't use jQuery anymore. They have another bundle JavaScript library that's also one thing to consider, because in this IT world, each year you need to update. Each year you need to update. But well, we look into it later. But currently we are trying to develop a system, a web system using this MVC framework. MVC framework is general term. Okay, MVC framework is a general term. Okay, is a general term. MVC framework. Okay, so one of the MVC framework is Laravel. That's one of MVC framework that's available in the market. Okay, so somehow or other you need to understand the concept first. Okay, before we jump into Laravel, into the specific tools. But in order for you to understand this framework, okay, in order for you to understand this MVC framework, so that's why we decided to use Laravel. Okay, we decided to use Laravel. So a few preparation before you start off your Laravel or MVC framework journey. I would like to introduce you to our code editor. Okay, some of you so Sublime text. So maybe you would like to use Dreamweaver, but I don't have the license for Dreamweaver because it's proprietary. So for this demonstration, I would like to use VS Code. Okay, I would like to use VS Code. So I believe that VS Code is also available for Mac. Betul, Amar? Do you have VS Code for Mac?
I'm using Sublime, but let's see later, sir.
You're using Sublime. Okay, no problem, no problem. You can use whatever code editor. Okay, you can use whatever code editor. But unfortunately, Sublime is not that user friendly. For instance, let's say you would like to create a new folder or a new file in Sublime. It will be slightly difficult for you to manage from the VS Code. Okay, I previously had experience with Sublime text also. And one of the things I hate about Sublime is that you cannot simply create a folder from the Sublime, and you cannot also create a new file from the Sublime. You need to go out to your file manager and manage from there. That's what I don't like about Sublime text. Yes, I did use a lot Sublime previously, Sublime text, but when I found that VS Code is being using by most of the professional developer, then I started to explore VS Code. Then now I'm loving VS Code lah. So it's okay. You can use a Notepad++ or Sublime text, but try to explore on the VS Code part, because that's if you are using VS Code, I would like to introduce VS Code to you. They have the things that call the plugins, So this will make your job a lot easier in dealing with Laravel. We have here one of the things that I love in VS Code is the PHP IntelliSense. So by installing this IntelliSense, okay. By installing this IntelliSense, it will help you to complete your code. Okay, to complete your code. Maybe they have also in Sublime text, and also VS Code also support emmet autocomplete and emmet autocomplete, and also we have the namespace resolver. So this namespace resolver will help you a lot because in OOP, or in what we call as MVC design pattern, we will be using so many classes, objects. So in order for you to import, to use another method from another class, obviously you need to import that particular API or particular class. So this helps you to write the import statement using the namespace resolver. And also, I also love the bracket pair colorizer. So this bracket pair colorizer will differentiate, okay, because maybe you are dealing with a nested block or nested bracket. Okay, you will be dealing with a nested bracket. So this bracket colorizer will help you differentiate where is the beginning of that particular bracket and where is the ending. So this will come handy when you have a lot of nested loop, or you are dealing with so many classes and functions. So that's available in VS Code. And also I have and also we have the this is called emmet, okay, emmet abbreviation. So you can see inside the screen when I tap HTML and I opt for this emmet abbreviation HTML5, or let's say this will complete the what we call as the basic structure of HTML5. So without having to, I believe this is also available in Sublime Text, but I'm not sure how to access from Sublime Text. So just simply type HTML5. So this emmet facilities will complete the HTML typical structure for you. So that is what available in Sublime, in VS Code. That's why I'm trying to explore more on the VS Code part. So maybe one day you would like to change to VS Code.
Yeah.
Okay, but currently, if you don't want to venture, you are still, if you are still comfortable with Sublime Text or Notepad++, then it's okay. Later, maybe you would like to install. This is a free open source software, no problem. There's no license for that, and it's also available for Mac. So that is our code editor. That is our code editor. And then if you have Laravel, then you might want to proceed to Laravel to create a new project. But if you don't have, maybe you are using Mac. I believe one or two of you are using Mac. I'm not sure about the installation of Laravel development stack in Mac because I don't have a Mac machine. I could not afford Mac machine.
Okay.
One way of doing creating a Laravel project in Mac is by using the terminal.
Yeah.
By using terminal. There's also one facility that you can integrate into your VS Code, which is the terminal. Okay, you can use the Mac VS Code and create a terminal inside the Mac. Inside the VS Code. Okay, so this is a terminal inside. Terminal is the command prompt lah. If you are not familiar with terminal, terminal is basically for Unix or Linux based. So if you are familiar with command prompt, okay, or CMD, that is in Windows. So you can add a terminal screen inside your VS Code. You can add terminal screen inside your VS Code. So, in order for you to create a new Laravel project is actually a framework that you need to download. Okay, you need to download because it is what we call as open source project. Then it's available in the public repository. It's available in the public repository. Repository means something like GitHub or something like that lah. So it's available in the public repository. Okay, it's available in public repository, but you need to download first. You need to download first. In order for you to download, there's a command line for you to write. Maybe I'll try to. You can use the terminal inside the VS Code. You can also
Maybe internet problem kot.
Baik ya, Kak.
Server connection.
Connection.
you tak nampak screen ya?
Nampak sih?
Tak screen saya?
Nampak bagus, tak nampak.
Tak nampak?
Sekarang tak nampak.
Oh, sebab dia
Tak nampak.
Sorry ya. Line tak stable hari ni. Okay. You have. Siapa guna Laravel? Anybody using Laravel?
Belum
Windows?
bisa.
Belum install?
Dah.
Baru Laravel sih.
You're using Laravel. You are using Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Mac, you need to install different way lah. If you don't have Laravel for Mac, you ask Amar lah how to install the Laravel development stack inside the MacBook. Amar, can you share your link to Chicken?
Yeah, I will send.
Send it to the WhatsApp group. Azin, are you available?
Yep.
You use Windows? Have you installed Laravel?
Yes, I installed
You have
Laravel.
installed Laravel. Okay, right. So the fastest way of using Laravel to install or to download the Laravel is from this menu. This menu, which is here. And then you can go to Quick App Laravel. Quick App Laravel. But the default Laravel will only download you Laravel 7. Okay, you will only download Laravel 7. In order for you to download Laravel 8, okay, a Laravel 8 project, you need to upgrade the PHP into 7.3 and above. So you need to have your PHP 7.4 above, 7.3 above, sorry, 7.3 above, meaning that you can upgrade to Laravel, PHP 8 straight away lah. Just install the PHP 7.4 or you can use PHP 8. So Azrin, has you installed upgrade to PHP 7.4?
Yeah. Yes, already so.
So one way of you downloading the Laravel 8 is from the command prompt. Since you have installed Laragon, surely
Sikil, are you there?
so make sure to locate your root. If you are using Laragon, you can click on this button to locate your root folder. The root folder is the web root. The web root is normally the Laragon/www. This is the Laragon web root. Inside the Laragon www. Azin, most likely you are installing your Laragon on C, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you need to go to C Laragon www. So this is where you will have your Laravel project created. You cannot put anywhere else, yeah, because this is pointed by the Apache, your Apache. Okay, your Apache web server is pointing to this folder for the web root. On the Unix or Linux or the Mac, most likely your root, your Apache root will be am I correct, Amma?
So hang sekejap tadi.
Lama teruknya line hari ni.
Sir,
Yeah.
I think Mac, they said should use XAMPP, I think, but
You're using XAMPP, okay? You're using XAMPP. So normally is where they put the web root for XAMPP?
I yesterday I installed so there is a htdoc, so I installed the Laravel inside
inside htdocs. Okay. Where is actually that folder?
In the XAMPP file, I think.
In XAMPP folder.
Yeah.
Not in var or /var or /h.
I was installed on terminal, so I opened the folder in terminal, so I installed the Laravel inside the XAMPP with terminal.
So the web root is inside the XAMPP lah, htdocs.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, sure. So let's say you are in your terminal when you want to download Laravel. Mine is on Laragon, cd Laragon, cd www. So you can ask the terminal to download your new Laravel project here. Okay, you can ask your terminal to download the Laravel project here. Okay. If you are using Laragon, you can simply click on the menu, Quick App, and Laravel. By right, if you have upgraded your PHP to 7.3 above, it will automatically download the Laravel 8. But if you want to confirm that you are downloading Laravel 8, you can use the terminal. You can use the terminal. I forgot the command to download Laravel from the composer. Composer download Laravel 8. So this is our what we call as official documentation for Laravel. It's available in laravel.com/docs blah 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 blah. So this is how to start on Mac. Okay. Also, you can also start from Windows. Via Composer. Okay, via Composer.
Yeah. I already share on WhatsApp group. That's already start Laravel.
So you are using Composer or Homestead?
Composer.
Composer.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay, Composer, create project, preferred distro, distribution, Laravel project. Okay, I'll try this. Composer, create project, preferred distro, Laravel. I don't use Composer from here to create the Laravel project. Normally, I simply click on the Laragon. So, wait, I'm trying to find. So maybe Amma, you can help me to finish this. Composer, create project, preferred distro. You need to mention the Laravel 8, right?
Yeah. Is you say you want to make the file for the Laravel or
Project name.
I think it's different with me.
You're using different command.
Yes, different.
What is your command? Composer, create project, or something like that?
Composer, wait. Composer, space create dash project space Laravel slash Laravel, and then your file.
Okay. Because I would like to mention the preferred Laravel 8 distribution. But currently, when you do this without mentioning the Laravel 8, can it actually download the Laravel 8?
Who? Me?
You. Yeah.
Laravel 8. You mean how to download or sorry?
No. Okay. I'll try this. And because my PHP is for 7.4, and by right it will download Laravel 8. That is the default configuration. When you have 7.4 PHP 7.4, you will actually get the Laravel 8.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Okay, we try this. Composer. So most likely I don't have Composer installed.
Yeah, I think you should. Is it Composer already installed or?
Get Composer. The Composer is actually yes. The Composer. I'll try to use the terminal from the Laragon. I'll try to use the Composer. Okay, terminal. Inside the Laragon, we also have the Composer, built-in Composer. Inside this Laragon, we also have the built-in Composer. Oh, sorry. Alamak. Alah. Yes, they have Composer in Laragon, but somehow I don't do the setting outside the Laragon. Okay, never mind. So here I have okay. Never mind. Okay, I'll change CD. You will need a lot of this terminal or command prompt. You will be using a lot because we will be running PHP Artisan. PHP Artisan is basically a bash script to help you manage a Laravel project. For instance, because we don't have what we call as a one-stop IDE for Laravel, so we need to rely to PHP Artisan command bash. Let's say if you like to create a new model, or you would like to create a new controller, or you'd like to create a new view. So you need to use the PHP Artisan command. By right, PHP Artisan is already available with your PHP compiler. So by right, you can use PHP Artisan because you have already downloaded the PHP plugin or PHP. In this folder TMMT6193 into the Laragon/www. So it will create a new folder inside the Laragon www. So this is the command, okay, to the Composer command to create a new project. Somehow or other, if you are using Laragon, you can straight away click on this menu, quick app, okay, choose this Laravel. This is an easier approach lah, and an easier way to create a Laravel project. Okay, this is the shortcut. But if you would like to try out using the terminal, you can use the composer create project command. This is another way of creating a new Laravel project. So this come handy when you are using the terminal or you're using the Linux or the Mac or Unix, because the Laragon is not available. It's only available for Windows. Sorry to say that. I'm waiting for the Laravel project to complete download. Because I need a fresh new Laravel installation before I can proceed. The one that I've shown you in the video is already filled with some extra things, which is, I don't believe is necessarily at this time. So we will have a new installation of a fresh installation for Laravel. Then later I will show you how to start from there. Okay, so we have finished installing a new Laravel project. Okay, we have finished. Then you can jump into that particular folder. CD means change directory to TMMT. Okay. So this is our new Laravel project installation, TMMT6193. So in order for us to view this Laravel project, you need to have a code editor, a good code editor, to manage your project navigation. So by using okay, Azrin, have you finished downloaded the Laravel project?
Yes, ready. Yep.
Then Nurashikin, I believe you may want to view this recording later.
Okay, sir.
It's available in the YouTube, but do consult with Amar, okay, on how to install the Laravel development stack in your MacBook.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what we call as a warning, because, well, this MVC framework is full of codes. Yes, sometimes for me, it's not that complicated, okay, because I have started since Laravel 7, but for you guys, it will be a nightmare. That's why, in order for me to convey the basic of Laravel, I prepared for you 8 videos. Okay, you can use that, but the recording for that tutorials are in Malay, no problem. You can choose either one. So that 8 videos is for you to develop the basic, or to explore the basic of Laravel, because the MVC diagram looks simple. Okay, although the MVC diagram looks simple, this is the MVC diagram that you need to memorize. It's not it's not important because it's available. No, we don't have an exam actually. We don't have an exam. We don't have final exam. Luckily, we don't have final exam. The fact that this concept is important because this component, routing, controller, model, view, if you create a module, this will actually represented with one directory. So you have one folder for routing, you have one folder for controller, one folder for view, and another folder for model. And then you have for database, you have migration or something like that. You have 5 different folder actually to create a new web facilities. Okay, so let's say previously in vanilla PHP, you need only one file to create a search function. However, in MVC design pattern, you actually need 5 files to generate a search facilities. That's why I say this is a complex way of doing web development. However, when you are in industry, okay, you need this what we call as uniform keseragaman, uniformity. You need this what we call framework way of doing web development because of what? Because programmer come and go. Okay, programmer come and go. It's not like you are doing FYP kan. When you are doing FYP, you will be doing that from the start until the end, till the presentation of your project. Okay, that's simple because you only need to manage your project for yourself. That's easy. But when you come with when you comes into the scenario of team development, okay, team development, you have 5 programmers doing the same system, maybe different module. However, you need to interact with the same database source. So uniformity is very much needed because let's say one programmer go to somewhere else or quit from the company and replaced by another programmer. Okay, you can easily opt for that MVC design pattern because emphasize the convention, emphasize the readability of your code. That's why MVC is very much favored by the software house because it actually promotes team building. I mean, building or develop web system in a team. Okay, team in a team. Because people come and go. What you have is your code. Okay, what you have in your system is your code. So in order for your successor or orang selepas itu to easily read your or understand your code, then we need to have this MVC framework lah. That's why previously before this framework come into official way of doing web development, developer also create their own framework. Okay, they also create their own framework. Okay, they don't sell it as Laravel or they don't sell it as Code Igniter, but surely they have their own way of doing framework. Okay, before this MVC framework come into official way of doing team development. So this is what you need to know to understand. This is the what we call maybe a new paradigm of doing programming for you, because previously we only do the procedural. Procedural is easy, very easy. It's a straightforward way of doing programming, but it will be a nightmare because programmers tend to have their own design. Okay, that's where procedural comes. That's what makes the procedural hard to understand, because the flexibility of the programmer doing their own programming design. So that's why they come up with some sort of framework. Okay, framework. Framework is for you to follow lah. That's why they have a framework. Framework is a set of works that you need to follow, a set of procedure you need to follow, a set of convention for you that you need to follow. Why? Because when you follow that particular convention, okay, it's much more easier for other people to understand your work. That's what they call it, framework. So if we finish download the new Laravel project, then you can open using whatever code editor that you have. Okay, for instance, this VS Code, you can use this file. Okay, open folder. You can go to file, open folder, and locate your folder, Laravel folder. Okay, this is my Laravel folder inside the Laravel www Laragon www, and this is our folder TMMT. Okay, this is the new Laravel installation. Select folder. So I would like to demo for you only one part of your MVC design pattern, which is the view. I prefer to demo you the first view because that is the visual part of your project. That is the visual part of your project. View is actually the interface. Okay, view is actually the interface. Okay, so you can execute your Laravel project by going to your browser. Okay, you can go to your browser and can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ama, in your Mac environment, are you using localhost?
Yeah, localhost.
Localhost. Windows also we have localhost. Localhost / TMMT 6193. Okay. And then you go to public, right? Or you have your virtual host turned on.
Yeah, like this.
If you don't have virtual host, you can go to public.
Okay.
You can click on the public folder, but this is not the way of executing Laravel. Never mind. This is a temporary solution. So this is the what we call as welcome page. This is the welcome page for Laravel project. Okay, this is the welcome place, the welcome page of your Laravel project. So where is this welcome page? Where is this welcome page? Okay, so the first thing that you need to go is the env file. The env file. So this is where you need to set up your database facilities, database information. But currently we don't use the database. Later when we come to maybe in the 4th or 5th week of the semester, then maybe I will go to this lah. But currently, just to let you know that this env file, can you look at the env file? This is actually the setting lah, the Laravel project setting. So you might want to change app name into something else. Try to put your name in the app name. And then you have the app key. This is basically generated for you. You can change this later if you need to. Let's say your system has been compromised. Maybe you would like to generate a new app key. Then later you can change the app key. Then you use Control S to save. Control S to save. Then enter. Oh, tak nampak ya. It's supposed to change here. Never mind. Okay. As this what we call diagram visualize, in order for you to display the view, you need to go to the routing and the controller first before the controller generate the view for you. This is how they do it in Laravel or in other MVC framework. Okay, you need to go to the routing. You need to define the routing. You need to register the routing. Routing is basically the path. Okay, basically the path. And this controller will what you call send some instruction. Okay, send instruction for the view to be shown. So in this case, okay, first we look where is the view. A view is basically HTML file. A view is basically HTML file. View is interface. View is web page, web display. So we try to locate where is the view. It's actually in resources, views. And the only file that you have inside the views is welcome. Okay, welcome. So this is the page where they first display your Laravel project. See the title here? Okay, so you might want to change this to SirKerul. Okay. You change to your name inside the title. This is basically HTML, HTML. And you can see several blade, okay, blade command inside. Blade command we will be exploring more later. But currently, I need you to change a few HTML element. For instance, the title change to this one. Okay, change to this one. So this is the view. Actually, the view. View is residing inside the resource folder and views. Okay, I'll magnify this. Okay, you can find the welcome page inside the resources, views. So this is where this is where the Laravel project will hold all the view file or all the HTML file. See here, you change this into something else inside the title, change to something else. Then you save, Control S to save, and then you go back to your browser and Control R to refresh. See here, you have done some changes in the welcome.update.php, which is you change the title. So now you know that this page is actually coming from the file blade. This is actually coming from the file welcome.blade.php. So that is how to locate the welcome page. It's actually inside the resources views. And the only page that you have is welcome.update.php. This is a predefined, or this is a page that has been prepared for you lah. Then if you like to change anything, don't change anything. No, you don't have to change anything, because I would like to show you how to create a new HTML view. Okay, I will show you how to create a new HTML page. So in Laravel project, you need to know that a HTML document, or what we call as view, is available in resources views. So whatever file, let's say you would like to create a HTML form, or you would like to create a display result, you would like to create a public page for your user. So everything must be inside the resources views. Okay, so the view part is residing in resources views. And actually I need 5 weeks. 5 weeks. It's not 5 weeks lah. 5 lessons to introduce you how to manage your views, your controller, your routing, your controller, and your model, and also your migration. So that is 5 lessons. Okay, so you can find these 5 lessons inside the video, no problem. Okay, so the videos all has been provided for you, but that one is in Malay. So your class, I will be handling your class in English. Okay, so if you are comfortable referring to this class video, then you might want to view it later. If you prefer the simplified version of that Malay version tutorial, is available in the YouTube. And also I will be sharing both videos, the Malay version and the English version, inside your KLMS. Okay, so to make your life much more easier, you just refer to your KLMS. So everything will be compiled for you inside that KLMS. Okay, and before I forgot, you might want to fill up your attendance in the KLMS. So I will create a new attendance session today from 8 to 10. We are discussing about Laravel basics. Okay, now you can fill up your attendance form. inside the KLMS. So this is the welcome blade. I will show you how to create a new HTML page. So you can click on the views, a new file. Okay, bear in mind that when you are creating a new views, make sure to save your file as .blade.php. Okay, meaning that, let's say we have test1 I'll magnify this. Okay, I repeat. Inside the resource folder, you have the views. Okay, in order to create a new view or new HTML document, you need to go to views and create a new file. Directly create a new file. Right click on the views and create a new file. So let's say the file name will be test1.blade.php. Enter. Then you have a blank file. So in this blank file, you might want to insert HTML typical structure. So if you're using Sublime or VS Code, you can simply type HTML. We will be using HTML5 in this abbreviation, or you might want to copy this. You might want to copy this from our WhatsApp group. Mana WhatsApp group? So in VS Code, you can simply use the emmet abbreviation HTML. This is the HTML4. If you like to resort for HTML5, click on this. Because in HTML5, normally they have this, what we call viewport. This is the first thing to do when you are trying to develop a web responsive view of your interface. This is important for web layout, responsive web layout. So never mind, I will copy this to your group. So this is the first thing that you need to have when you are creating a new HTML or a new web page or a new web view. So inside this body, there's one TMMT6193. So you would like to change this into something else. Okay, now you have a new page, a new HTML page inside the resources views. Normally, when you want to create a HTML page is actually need to be viewed inside the browser. So let's say test1.html. Directly, you can show that on the browser, no problem. However, if you are developing a page inside a Laravel project, there's a few conditions that you need to adhere. You kena ikut lah ni, kena letak dalam folder resources views, and then make sure there's a .blade punya file name. So let's say you have test1.blade.php. You have file test1. Make sure to name that to name that file into .blade.php. So meaning that it must be test1.blade.php. It must be the file name .blade.php. That is the condition in the. It's not the condition. It's basically how they do it in Laravel. Okay, that is the way they do it in Laravel. Okay, .blade.php. Although you are creating only simple HTML, make sure to put it .php, not .html, .php. Okay, so how to display this? How to display this test1.blade.php? In order for you to display a view in Laravel, you need to go to the routing. You need to go to the routing. Meaning that, okay, although you have whatever, okay, so many views inside this view folder, it can only be displayed via routing. Okay, it can only be displayed via. They put the routing registration. Internet tak berapa strong lah. Okay, in Laravel they put the routing registration in routes. There's a lot of file in routes, but for the beginner, I would like to suggest for you to go to web.php. This is the web routing lah. Okay, this is the web routing. This is the web routing. Then you see one routing here that has been prepared for you when you download a new Laravel project. Okay, so this reflects, oh, sorry, web. Okay, go to routes folder, magnify kejap. You need to go to the route folder, routes. Then you can see the web.php folder file.
Sure. Hello.
Helen.
Oh, Kak.
Ya, itulah.
Selamat.
Net problem.
Lain problem.
Sorry ya.
Yes.
Tentang keluar aja. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
So this is only the first part. Okay, today we will only covering the first part, which is the view. But unfortunately, when you would like to display this view, you need to go through the routing. You need to go to the routing. Actually, you need to do some stuff in controller, but somehow or other, the routing has facilitated you to connect to the controller, and this will display your interface. Okay, so the first part of our lesson is going to the view. Model, not yet. This model connection to the database might take a few more weeks, okay, before we can connect to the database. Inside the video, the connection to the database or creating the model is the video number 8. Video number 8 lebih kurang 5 minggu lagi lah. Okay, video number 8. That is in the video that I provide you in the YouTube. Okay, later I will provide you the what we call as the playlist. Maybe you can, if you are not patient enough to wait until week 5 or week 6 to go into the database connection, then you might want to review the video tutorial. So this is how to display a view in Laravel. You need to go to the routing. So the routing is available inside the routes web.php. Routes web.php. The file is web.php. So because we have the test1.blade.php, previously it is in previously it's written welcome, but now you would like to test a new file, new view file, which is the test1. You don't have to mention the .blade.php, because when you are using the view method or view function, you simply mention the first word, welcome, okay, test1. Don't mention the blade.php. Don't mention the .blade.php. But actually this view command will seek for your resources views. It will locate your resources views inside here. Then it will display whatever file you mention, or either welcome or test1. If it is a different, let's say test2, most likely they cannot locate this file because it's not been created yet. So we have test1. Then I will try to refresh. Okay, here. It will change to a new view file, which is the test1.blade.php. So previously, it will point to welcome, but now we have the test1.blade.php. It will be displayed for you. So let's say you would like to change something on this page. Week 1, week 2, sorry, week 2 of Laravel. You save this and you refresh. See, you will see the changes. So that is how we handle the views in Laravel. That is how we handle views in Laravel. Okay, boleh? That is the first part. Yeah, that is the first part. Next week, I will be showing you how to use the Bootstrap framework. Okay, next week, I will be showing you how to use Bootstrap framework inside the Laravel. So Bootstrap is basically what we call as a CSS framework. It is a CSS framework to help you manage your interface lah, to make your interface look more beautiful. So I don't use Bootstrap in this view. Okay, you may want to explore more on the Bootstrap. Okay, by going to getbootstrap.com. So this is the official documentation or official page of Bootstrap. So you can basically Bootstrap icon. You can basically explore a little bit study a little bit on this Bootstrap before we go to the next week lesson, whereby I will show you how to implement Bootstrap. We will be exploring more on the Bootstrap CSS framework. So previously you have been exploring Bootstrap. Maybe you have known Bootstrap previously, but that is on the what we call as the HTML plain page or PHP plain page. However, next week I will show you how to incorporate Bootstrap into your Laravel views. Okay, boleh?
Boleh, sir.
Boleh, sir.
Azlin,
Okay.
are you familiar with Bootstrap? Biasa tak dengan Bootstrap?
Tak.
Biasa? Okay, tapi biasa dengan HTML lah kan? CSS biasa lah kan? Sebelum ni lah pernah lah.
Pernah.
Okay. So, kalau dah biasa dengan CSS, should be okay lah nak masuk kepada Bootstrap. Tapi boleh tengok-tengok lah Bootstrap ni apa guna dia. Basically, sebab Bootstrap ni dibina lebih kepada ni lah responsive. Sebab sekarang ni kita dah banyak deal dengan mobile web kan. Jadi responsive ni sangatlah berguna untuk kita buat desktop. Dalam masa yang sama kita buat juga kita page kita boleh handle mobile display. Itu yang penting dalam Bootstrap ni. Tapi nanti next week saya akan emphasize, kita akan explore more lah. Boleh study dulu. Kalau nak tengok video yang saya dah sediakan pun boleh juga. Ada dalam yang tajuknya Bootstrap.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Officially kita akan explore juga lah next week dalam kelas yang seterusnya.
Sir.
Okay. Shikin, maybe you would like to prepare your Mac with the environment or development environment.
Okay.
Shikin?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Terima kasih kepada Amar lah. Tolong Shikin ya.
Yes.
Okay.
Masalah.
I will install the Laravel.
I don't have the MacBook to test for your approach.
Okay.
Okay. Boleh ya?
Boleh,
Amar,
sir.
tolong Shikin ya. Dia nak set up dia punya development environment.
Boleh, sir. Boleh.
Terima kasih banyak. Saya sangat menghargai bantuan Amar.
Hei, tak ada, sir. Tak ada masalah.
Saya minta maaf lah sebab memang saya tak ada MacBook. Jadi saya memang tak boleh nak tolong part tu.
Okay, sir.
Tak apa, sir. Boleh, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We'll see you next week in the same link, insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Terima kasih.
Yeah. Assalamualaikum.